All right, thank you, everybody. By the way, speaking of VR, who here actually works with VR aside from the Maru VR crowd? Is she, like, okay, not really. Who would like to, as a game developer? Sure, one or two, okay. That's quite consistent with what I've seen. And if you ask people in the VR space, like, what is the biggest problem you have in VR? Inevitably, they'll say optimization, you can't just port your game to VR. Actually, that's not true. At Rexer, we actually proved it's not true. We can take any game, whether it's, Valorant, Assassin's Creed, Red Dead Redemption 2 at 4K 60 FPS, and give it to you in VR using just your mobile phone. Anybody wants to call out bullshit on that? No? We actually do that. You can go to rexer.io and download it already. So we actually started in the VR space, which is a very difficult problem. And my heart goes out to all the people struggling away in VR, because when you're actually trying to design for VR, for stereo, you're putting two cameras in a scene. That's not easy. It's something that is very, very difficult to do. But we actually found a way where we can take a single perspective and give it to you in full 3D stereo for VR. So that's what we were doing. And then as part of doing that as a company, we realized that you have another issue, because we don't like wires. You saw all those VR images. Wherever you see VR being used, there's a wire, because you have latency otherwise to the headset, and there's a lot of data that you need to move. In solving that problem, with wires, one of the things we had to do going wireless is figure out how to get the latency a lot lower. And by a lot lower, I don't mean 300 milliseconds, because you move your head and now the world moves. That's impossible. We had to get it down to below 16 milliseconds. Ideally, less than 5. We got it down to 3 on a local Wi-Fi. That's what we are as Rexer. We're a deep tech company. We're in the gaming technology space. And we're focused on building a platform on which gamers and gaming developers can actually interact. So we see the Metaverse as a universe in which gaming lives together with social and with other content. How many of you have heard of the concept of the Metaverse before? Can I get a show of hands? 1, 2, 3, 4, a few, okay. Who's excited about the prospect of the Metaverse or understands how that's going to relate to your game experience as a developer or as a gamer? Okay, I figured. All right, so what we're going to do, I want to get to know you guys a little bit better, and since technical issues, or I should say technical issues, pardon me. I'm just trying to make sure you guys are awake, okay, cool. If you could go to slido.com, slido.com on your phones. I want to, get a little bit of a poll going, get to know who we have in the audience. And if you type in 16001, as the Slido, slido.com. I would have showed it up here, but don't worry, I'll just tell you guys. It's all good. We'll improvise. Yep. 16001. I see I'm getting some responses in already. Basically, the first thing I want to understand is what device you guys play on. Slido, S-L-I-D-O, slido.com. And then the code is 16001. I know this is like boring for those of you guys who've already answered, but bear with us. We'll get there. Cool. 16001. There we go. I'll move aside. Yes. That's it. Yes, what device do you play on the most? I see we have a lot of PC Gamer Master Race people. I'll give it a few more seconds and we'll move along. Okay. Interesting. I figured Good number of mobile players. Okay, cool, cool. All right. Let's try one more. I'm going to change the question here. What type of game developer are you? If you're not a game developer, just say so. But I want to know, like, if you guys develop, you know, are you developing for mobile? Are you PC? A lot of non-developers. Okay, interesting. PC winners. Yes, I like to see that. I mean, come on, if you're not playing on PC, what are you doing, right? Okay. All right, interesting. I didn't think that might be the case. We suspected we might have more mobile devs here, but that's actually very, very good because I'm excited to talk to you guys. Last question. Why did you get into gaming? What does gaming mean to you? Just a sentence. I know it's more open-ended, you know. We're getting to know each other over here, pre-networking, because I know it's the last talk of the night, so let's, you know, pre-network. Oh, wow, that's a very Estonian answer, games. Okay. That is very Estonian, yeah. Money, yes. So I'm guessing there's some esports champions in here, or kids love games. Okay, we won't take that too differently. I'm addicted and I can't quit. There's honesty here. That's the Estonian honesty coming true. Stress relief. All right, cool, cool. All right. I mean, to me, gaming is the highest form of art. You know, there is no art form on this planet that exceeds what gaming can do, because the experience you can have engages you in more ways than any other experience. I dare say even virtual reality as it is today without Rexer. But gaming really does engage you. This is why you have people saying, you know, like, where was it? The guy who was addicted. There you go. Or the gal, you know, I'm not presuming here. But yeah, gaming is one of the things that is the highest form of art. It allows us to bring art and experience into a place where you can actually be a part of it rather than just a passive observer. You know, and the future is gaming. Gaming is already, you guys know this, it's the #1 growing media industry on the planet, $196 billion every year. So money, yes, I'm sure you guys are chasing that as well. But remember, you're not just making a lot of money from a lot of high-value customers who really, really care about the product. You're also participating in culture. That's what you're doing as game developers. And this is what we are all doing here. And the only reason I'm bringing this up is because I think it's very easy to forget that when we kind of focus only on the monetization elements where we're using addiction-focused ways of engaging customers, rather than really thinking about what is the art form I'm creating, what is the experience I'm trying to give this user, and monetize. We need to monetize, we need to pay our bills, right, and eat. But this is the reason I'm bringing this up is because now that we have the technologies I mentioned earlier, where we can take anything and give it to you in VR using basically no additional cost hardware, and also we can stream data not only over local, but over the internet faster than anyone on the planet. And I'm not just saying that to boast, we really are faster, and I can show it to you, and I will show it to any of you. Who wants to volunteer and test this out? Cloud gaming, so how many of you think cloud gaming is ready for prime time? You think it's ready for prime time? Okay, cool. Who here think it's not ready for prime time? Who is the biggest critic of cloud gaming? And when I say cloud gaming, let me define it. I don't mean gaming where the game is being rendered on your powerful 4,000 euro PC that you've built with the latest, you know, 3090s. I mean cloud gaming where the GPU is in the cloud and it's streaming everything live to you. Right? So now who's the biggest critic? I want the most negative person to come and test this because I like your feedback more. Come on. No, nobody wants to be negative? All right. Who's unsure then? All right, let's get some unsure people. All right, come back up. Yeah, sure. I don't know your name. I can't see it from here, so. Can we get the controller, please? Now, the reason I'm showing it over here, and you know, I'd love to come around, but I don't want to spread COVID if you know, I did come in from Tallinn today. You know, it's a bit crazy. I am isolating, by the way, so don't worry. You're safe. And if you aren't safe, then I don't accept any liability anyway. So you know, hope you're insured. So let's take a look. Right. So what I'm doing right now is I'm opening our app, and this is over 4G. I'll show it to you. You can see I'm over data, and that's 4G, right? This is Elisa. I think they're, I'm not going to say anything about the reliability. Oh, wait, it's disconnected. Great. 1 second. Let me first. Murphy's Law says that whenever you're doing a demo, I'm going to send a message, reconnect me.
That's not reliable cloud gaming.
Well, but this is the, our cloud gaming server right now is actually just a laptop at a co-working space over Wi-Fi right now, so we don't actually have a server set up because good luck finding a data center with GPUs. So let's see. We'll give it 2 more seconds. If it doesn't work out, we're just going to skip it, and I'll show it to you all later at the back. It's like, yeah, I'm going to show this, and it's like, oh, yeah, exactly. Hang on. Let me take a look. One second. Meanwhile, you're a game developer as well, right? If I remember correctly. No? You're a gamer?
Yeah.
What sort of games do you play?
All sorts of games.
All sorts of games. What's your favorite right now? What are you playing right now the most?
Right now, we picked up Guild Wars 2 with my friend.
Guild Wars 2. Would you think that that's the type of game that lends itself well to a cloud experience, or do you prefer playing it on your own PC, and if so, why?
Well, it depends. I mean, if you play something competitive, then I think that cloud gaming is not ready for that yet. But
Exactly.
everything else, it's ready for like casual gaming.
A lot of people say cloud is not ready for anything more than casual gaming. And the way we see it is, if it can't do competitive, it's not ready, And this is actually what we're trying to solve as a deep tech company. And I will show it to you in a moment. There we go. Apex Legends?
Yeah.
Cool. There you go.
Really, with the controller?
Yeah, with the controller for now. I mean, you could use a keyboard and mouse too, but Tell me, is this responsive?
Yeah. Of course it is.
What sort of latency do you think this has? Now, I don't know him from before, by the way, just in case anybody's worried. Do you think you could play, go on a raid or something with people with this?
Yeah, I can. I don't care.
Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you.
Yeah, well,
This is Apex Legends, by the way. It is something that is used in esports, that we're basically playing over 4G connected to Tallinn. So that's like however many kilometers away.
Yeah, at some points I feel like it's not as smooth. But
It's the controller. I mean, right now
Yeah,
it's
it's
sensitive.
probably
No, seriously.
it's
Yeah.
the controller, yeah.
I can reduce the sensitivity as well. I like to play it with more sensitive, so it's less effort for ROI, It just depends on what your preference is. But the moment you shoot, for example, like the difference
Yeah.
between when you touch and the shot, do
Yeah.
you see
No.
any latency at all?
It feels kind of the same. I mean, the latency is probably
There you go, guys.
as fast as it can get.
Who else doesn't believe this is real? Want to come and try it yourself? Come on, let's have one more. Somebody who's suspicious. Seriously, come on. Now he's just playing. Now he's just having too much fun. We're just playing games on stage here now. This is basically, yeah, you can come up this way. There we go.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep, thank you. There you go, sir. You can face your back so these guys, at least in the front, can kind of see what you're doing. Now, just shoot, and tell me, what sort of delay are you seeing from when you shoot? Shoot is here. Yeah, yeah.
Oh no.
Just,
It needs reloading.
it needs reloading? Oh, your gun needs reloading.
I
Got to
don't-
press
I
that.
don't
Got to
have
go
the
back
ammo.
up there and get more ammo. Ran out of ammo. You gotta go over there to that. Yeah, no, on your left. There you go. Yeah, I'm a PC gamer, so keyboard and mouse. That's the best way to do things. But like when you jump, for example, do you see any delay from when you press the jump to? Sometimes. Let's take a look. Really?
Maybe it's just the frame rate. I honestly, I can't like.
Do you see any quality issue, any artifacts?
No.
Who here has tried other cloud gaming services? Like, what have you used?
Long ago, there was
NVIDIA.
Go live.
GeForce Now.
Before it.
Before it. Okay.
Now Microsoft comes out.
Yeah. xCloud, yes. Yeah. Cool. Now they're just having too much fun. Sorry guys, this is the show today. All right, cool. Thank you. Round of applause, please. So if you guys want to try this out later, you're welcome to ask me and I can show it to you as well. But yeah, that's the future of gaming, where you can play on any device, anywhere, any experience. It doesn't matter if it's something like Red Dead Redemption or Apex Legends. That is a very, very quick-paced game. And you should be able to play it even over 4G rather than waiting for 5G. That's the technology we're building. And why are we building these technologies? It's because we're excited about what the metaverse can bring. It's a place where you can literally walk around a game world. Imagine that. And you're walking with your friends. It's a social experience, basically. And then you can see a portal where your buddies are playing, I don't know, Valorant, and they're sucking because they're being shot to death, or Call of Duty or whatever, right? And you guys can jump in right there and play along with them. It takes the experience away from just Twitch, where you're watching, or you go and play and then you suffer from lag or whatever. We want to take that all away because we see a future in which game developers are focused on the game design rather than worried about the technology stack. We want to be a company that allows the game developers to come back to the fore and focus on the art and focus on the experience, because I think that's what's lacking too much. I think as game developers, we spend too much time, and correct me if I'm wrong, where we spend time on figuring out marketing and dealing with cloud servers if we have to, if we want to scale up or do an online experience, or worrying about connectivity or then ad monetization. I mean, how much of your time as a game developer would you say roughly is all that other stuff versus being a game designer, a game developer? From what I've heard, it's about, at best, 60-40, at best, or less. How many here would say that they actually have more time as a game developer than that? There's your answer. And so we see a future in which you don't need to worry about that. You as a game developer can focus on your craft. How many of you would love to be early beta testers of a technology like this, built in Estonia with an Estonian company? Okay, well then talk to us afterwards, and let's talk about what the metaverse is going to be. We actually see Estonia as potentially the place where we could have the future of game development coming out of, because Finland has kind of taken the mobile space and they're all focused on Asia, but I think just mobile, just Asia has changed the way that we design games. And I'm a PC gamer. It seems we have a lot of PC people here. I think you have a different idea of what gaming can be like. And I think even Asian people who I've actually talked to like the idea of having that type of quality experience. It's just that right now, the market en masse demands something different. But we can offer something different as well. And so that's the future that we're building. And we hope you guys will be along for the ride. And we're building the metaverse out of Estonia. Thank you. Questions? We have more time for questions, so yeah.
So basically, when you say that you want to take all the, do you want the game developers to concentrate on game design? What do you mean by that? Are you going to provide some game engine?
Use whatever engine you use. Whether you want to use Unity, Unreal, something obscure. If it runs on a PC, it'll run on our kit. and we can make it available to anybody, anywhere, on a mobile, on computer, doesn't matter what they're on a potato, provided it has a screen and internet. So.
Okay, but it must be a PC game, or?
Yeah, I mean, we can also enable other things. We can definitely talk about what sort of architecture you use to building for, and definitely we can support it. So.
Thanks.
This is, by the way, this has been a secret project. This is the first time we've talked about it because we're finally now in a mature part of our patent process with all our low latency tech. And this is the first time anyone's seen this. So it's actually been cooking over here for the last 2 years in Estonia.
So my question is related to like the esports side of things.
Sure.
How realistic do you think it is that the cloud gaming thing could replace the LAN experience, which is basically like the zero delay and everyone is on equal footing?
If you asked me this question a year and a half ago, I would have said 10 years away. Now, we actually can do that. We have imperceivable latency. We actually tried this even over a VPN, which is terrible routing, as you know. It's unoptimized. By the way, you guys who were playing, this is, like I said, a laptop at a co-working space in Tallinn right now. We're actually setting up the data center. But when we get into a data center and we get closer to all the network nodes, we're going to be super fast. But right now, we had somebody in New York play with this, Apex Legends, the same way you guys were playing. And the first thing he said, he signed an NDA, obviously, because we were in the patent process. And the first thing he said was, oh, this is faster than Stadia. Your server's here in New York. We're like, no, we're 6,000 kilometers away. So we know it sounds like magic, but it works. You can test it. Proof is in the pudding. Bring your own phone if you want, bring your own laptop, we'll put it on there and we'll show it to you. But we're very excited about what this enables because I think this is the first time that game developers and designers everywhere have access to something that puts them on par with the big guys with the AAA budgets and the AAA marketing spend that they can do. Because we're going to be marketing the hell out of the metaverse because we want to bring those customers to you. We want you to monetize in-game. However you do it, that's your business, right? And at the end of the day, we want to enable that. And so that's what we're most excited about. And esports, going back to esports, by the way, just one note. I've spoken to the largest company in France that runs the biggest esports organization, and they also run the second biggest. So they're kind of competing with each other themselves. Anyway, that's how French do business. They have 3,000 people in a stadium competing. 30,000 in the stadium watching. And then obviously more online. And they said that it's impossible for them to do that on the cloud, yet we actually got one of their esports guys to play with it. And they're like, oh, this would work. Is this server in Paris? We're like, no, it's in Tallinn. So yeah, and it wasn't even a server, it was our laptop. So we know we can enable cross-border esports. This is going to be a world first, and we're really excited this is coming out of Estonia because we are the place for innovation after all. So yeah, please, let's make this part of the gaming community. This is our first unveil. And esports can now be international. So, any other questions? There we go. We still have tons of time. I want to engage with you guys. I know it's the last thing, so you're tired. You've had a long day, so it's more interesting.
Hello.
Yeah.
How do you plan on handling sensitive data? Since, for example, if I want to log on Apex Legends, how do you handle the login information?
Well, so the way we see it happening, and this is part of our unveiling and part of our working with studios, we want to actually either kind of have a way of managing the identity together with the studio. So either you'll have an account with us and then that will just synchronize or something, you'll synchronize it. Normal otherwise, however the studio is managing it, that's their business. We just want to be an enabler and then, yeah, go into whichever game you want. If you've seen Ready Player One, you've seen the Oasis, right? In a way, it's kind of like this mega game, but the way we see it actually is we're more like this interweaving fabric where somebody could jump into your game, have a fantastic experience, go totally kick ass, crush it, destroy a boss, come out of the game, and now in the metaverse you have a little pet of that boss following you around. Like something like that. We can do tons of things, and you can be monetizing that. And so this is kind of the stuff we see ourselves enabling for you. So, questions? There we go.
Thanks.
I love this mic. Must be very clean.
Cleanest mic. Hello,
yes.
Thank you. How do you keep away cheaters in the esport gaming?
So the beauty of being on the cloud is cheaters can't actually cheat anymore because they can't mod stuff, right? So we could enable mods if you as a game developer want to enable that, but on the cloud you have full control. over the experience. So it's not running on their computer anymore. It's running totally on our servers. So full control, no cheating, no worrying about somebody hacking your game files. You know how much stuff goes into DRM as well. You don't have to worry about that. It's all in the cloud. It's all streamed. So,
Nice, nice. Thanks.
yeah. Questions? Come on. One last one. Time's up. Okay, let's get the last one. Good, just in time. Very clean microphone for him as well. I like how everyone's like this before they ask a question. Yes.
So how are you doing this? Like Google Stadia, they can't crack it. The latency is like too slow for.
This is why we have a
gaming.
patent, so they can try.
But could you like describe? Is it like image compression or something
No.
too difficult?
So we don't
to
reduce the
explain?
quality. I can tell you this much: we don't reduce the quality at all. So this is like what you guys were seeing here is 1080p, 60 FPS, streaming over 4G from a laptop over Wi-Fi in Tallinn, not optimized routing or anything. So, you know, this same distance, Google Stadia, has been tested. You can go and check this online. As far as I hear, I can't say for certain because legal reasons, but 120 to 180 milliseconds is what they achieve. I have tested this from a benchmarking standpoint. We get below 14 milliseconds. Below. So, yeah.
Wow.
We're about 8 to 10 times faster on a bad day. So, all right. Thank you, everybody. Feel free to catch up with us. And good luck to you all with your game development or the games that you're playing, and hope you keep winning.